Hello YouTube, this is Vacuumatic today, and today we're just going to do the demo of this this US one that we were given almost 2 years ago, but he never actually had the large enough converter to actually run this one. It's been in his bedroom for almost 2 years now. One of the pride of his collection, mind you, this one is.
I'll do what Bezak did.
So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to show you through this Hoover Quadraflex Powermatic. Now you cannot get any more American, cannot get any more American than the this name here, a Quadraflex Powermatic. Powermatic is a sort of back in the day, that's the sort of terms that Americans used to call things, didn't they?
I don't know.
You know.
I don't want to go in.
So we're just going to build this one up now.
I don't want to kick in. This cable's too big.
Alright, I'll give that. Well, this one actually replaced what they would call the positive aggregation, which was the beta bar. This was their next generation. Generally, it was only really sold in the US. I think
they've got passive betas.
Yeah. Basically, after I think 1926 or so, when they first developed the beta bar system, Hoover were looking to modernise it, so they come out with this head. This one, I think the first cleaner actually to have the Quadraflex Powermatic was the Concept 1, which I think you can actually, they had a few in the UK but was not very popular. So this is generally what I call a US spec head. The US have got larger homes generally than the UK, but they also have, I think their carpets back in the day were a lot more plush. So we're just going to quickly have a look at the bottom of this one. While Cole's building this up, I'll let him build this one up. So he does really love this cleaner a very lot. That's alright, he's just going to modify now. Right, that'll do. So what we'll do now, I'll just show you the difference between the standard beta bar and the Quadraflex Powermatic head. On the original beta bar you had a brush strip and then a beta bar. Now this has got a beta bar, a brush strip, a beta bar, a brush strip.
No, it's plastic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they will be plastic, won't they?
Why did you put some Hoover's Junior beta bar in it?
Yeah. So basically this has, I think the original one would have had 2 sets of brushes and 2 beta bars. This has got 4 beta bars and 4 sets of brushes. So technically that's where the quad, meaning 4, flex, meaning the beta bar, Powermatic, meaning it's a powered head, and then it also has the brushed cleaning edge strips. Now these bolts do stretch, they are notorious for stretching. This one,
no, they don't want to stand up properly, I just want to bend.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Even in normal way it does.
Yeah, it's alright now. So this one is a US machine. It also, I've done some investigating. If you look inside the bags, where the bags are, a minute. Cole opens up the bag chamber first, because I'm not too sure.
Come you've got the handle, what does that mean?
So this is a spirit. So this is a spirit, which...
Pull that handle up.
I think they did some of these in the UK.
Pull the handle up.
As it just pulls up. Now I do believe that these white bags are the 99% filtration, because we've actually got some of these bags for another vacuum that's coming up. So I do believe these are the more advanced bags, because I do believe...
You want to tip over.
It's
not going to stand up.
Because I think the green ones were the standard.
It's not going to stand up. It's not going to stand up.
No.
It's going to go down.
So we're just going to put this one back together. So
Hey, it is. This goes. You push it in with those nines.
Alright.
The hose.
I've got the camera on, mate.
Like that.
Right, so it's back in now. So this one I will date, I think we actually got this one. We actually did the original video back in September. That's why I said on the original video about the actual unit being hard to get hold of. So it is a lovely collector's piece. It is, you know, it is a piece of history, really.
Power washer.
Yeah, he's got his K2 today, so we'll be out this much. So we're going to make, as soon as we do this run here, we'll be out with a K2 today, which is his pressure washer, mind you, not mine.
Yeah, and he's got a K4.
I've got a bigger one, yeah.
Yeah, the K4.
He actually likes pressure washers almost as much as he likes vacuums. He just likes.
Into this one.
Yeah. You know, one of his favourite shops is going to places like B&Q and looking at all the men tech, as they call it, the lawnmowers, the pressure washers, the shop vacs.
They do have shop vacs in the UK, guys.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, they just bought them out. One way.
That's in.
That's in. Turn on.
Hang on.
What way it goes in? That way. Turn on.
Got the foot, yeah. So that one there is a 2000 watt transformer. So what we'll do now is we'll put some dirt on the carpet now, and we'll see how well this one goes through the dirt. Well, I've got quite a varied collection of stuff in here. Now I'm just going to trod this into it a bit as well to make it. This one will actually beat the carpet as well as sweeping it, but 4 times over. So technically, this one should pull out a fair old bit, really.
Why don't you turn it on?
So we're just going to switch this one on.
You've got a bit of plastic sugar.
Oh yeah, because that was our pre-processed. We've also used some of the pre-processed Hoover food to use on this mid-80s, early to mid-80s US machine.
Turn it on.
Come on then. You can actually see how well.
But that's an iron machine where the belt is.
Yeah, they're going to have a line of shame with a belt.
It's a tiny iron machine. There's where the belt is.
Right. The belt's there. No, the belt's on the edge. I think you'll find.
Yeah, it's just got this bit to transfer the bus bar.
Yeah. So it's done a really good job there. So what we'll do now, we're just going to give this one a good push around. And you can see how it's groomed it compared with over here. You can see it physically has groomed it. So we're just going to suck the rest of it up now. Yeah, so as you can see, you can't see it so much on the camera, but how it's really groomed up this rug. It's lifted all those fibres and lifted them out. It just seems to have...
No, when are you going to sell in the hard saw head?
It's a bit like
going to a...
It's a bit like, using this, it's a bit like when you go to the barber shop or hairdressers to actually have your hair cut, and it comes back all nicely groomed and nice and perfect. This is exactly what this head's done, really.
Hey,
It's done a really good job.
I want to use this.
Right, you want to do some hard floor stuff?
Yeah.
Go on then. So what we'll do, we'll get another...
I just have to unplug this.
Yeah. So what we'll do now, we'll get this one ready for the hard floor head. Yeah, this one really was very, very similar to Cole's French-made Hoover compact he had, which is a black one.
And it's actually got the same motor in it here.
Yeah. Because I think generally the French factory made a lot of the cylinder cleaners. If I get right.
I'm just going to show the guys the box.
In the 80s and
I'll
things
show
like
the
that.
guys the box valve. It's not working, the box leader. That one is not working.
So we've got the hard floor head on there. We'll just get this one quick go to the hard floor head.
That machine is the cleaner one.
Oh yeah.
That machine's got the cleaner thing. The scaffold. Or the nuts around. Look, you're going to do that.
Quite a little versatile little vacuum really, isn't it? Very good. One thing I would say is, possibly if you had it back in the day, in the 80s, you probably would have gone through quite a lot of those bags, because the bags were quite small, weren't they? But I'll let you say...
No, let's show us what the bag's got.
Right, okay. So it is a nice little versatile cleaner, really.
Here it goes. Just owns.
He's used this a few times, mind you. It's not, he ain't just... I mean, he gets them out every so often. So there's a fair bit of stuff in there, look. It's about a third full already.
There's what passed through the bag.
Yeah, that's the filter. Yeah, that's a proper filter. It's not the original filter, I don't
No,
think. Oh, it might be.
That's a cheap one.
Is that a micron filter? Oh, that's a micro filter there, look. So, like you say, we never had this one. So we also like to thank Gary again for letting us have this along with the 700. We are looking after him.
Pop the bag in.
Like you say, this one.
Bags in property. There's a filter. There's another filter.
Yeah.
And my when my dad's was shed, that filter went on at the Paris.
Did it?
Yeah, now so my dad had to take this top off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Paris.
that's a 2000 watt machine. This one's runs just under 1200 watts.
Yeah.
In UK conversion. In fact, we've already got what?
You unplug it.
We have already got 2 US machines which we bought last year, because we actually started this adventure end of last year. I think it was September, I think, wasn't it, when we first started doing it. So we've got 2 US machines lined up, but we won't be putting them on every so often. Well, but I'm still waiting for paint and the weather through to the yes. Don't whisper. Yes. So I've actually got 2 more machines coming up sometime this year. The weather is still, like you say, if you call it spring, end of winter, spring. We've had a couple of dry days, but I'm actually waiting for the weather. I've got a few machines in the backlog that need painting. So what do you say now, Kyle?
Bye.
And please subscribe to Vacuumatic, and thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.